My favorite thing about NHS is being able to hang out with the NHS members during like flight time and on the trip. That was a lot of fun.
My favorite thing about NHS would have to be being able to help out the school and the community with the service projects that we do.
Getting to learn about these people in this group and becoming closer with them.
My favorite thing about NHS is the memories that we get to make as a whole and how it brings everybody together.
My favorite thing about NHS is you get to meet new people that you would normally wouldn't interact with in school.
My favorite thing about NHS is how I've gotten out of my shell and talked to a bunch of new people that I never would have talked to.
My favorite thing about NHS is hanging out with like-minded people and then being able to help out the community.
My favorite thing about NHS is all the new friends I have made that I never would have talked to if it wasn't for this group.
My favorite thing about NHS is the bonding within our activities. It can be during our breakfast or even during any events. We all have this sort of connection with each other.
My favorite thing about NHS is getting to know new people and get close bonds with them.
My favorite thing about NHS is always having the opportunity to work with like-minded and goal-oriented people. It's amazing to see what we can accomplish in a short amount of time when we work together.
My favorite thing about NHS is eating breakfast with my favorite people every Monday.
My favorite thing about NHS is how it brings together people of all different backgrounds. You can have some super duper sporty people and then kids who love band or whatever, and everyone gets along and it's just a super good group.
My favorite thing about NHS is helping people both in my community and outside of my community, and being able to do it with those that are around me and I grew up with.
My favorite thing about NHS is that we are all like a second family, and that we have the same motivation of helping others around us in our school and in our community.
My favorite thing is the people we get to meet and learn more about.
My favorite thing is getting to help people and just going out in the community and doing stuff.
My most impactful moment from the trip was when we went to Christ's Hands, and when we got there, there was a gentleman and a lady who were looking for food, and the group that I was with had the opportunity to package up all that food to them and give it out to them, and I felt like my heart was so warmed after that.
My most impactful moment from the trip was helping Miss Reed, the lady that we helped. We assisted her with the necessary needs for her house, and I loved getting to talk to her. It brought me so much joy that we could provide her with the help she needed and the company she needed.
My most impactful moment is seeing how grateful someone is when they get help.
My most impactful moment from the trip was being able to see the food being distributed to the people who needed it most.
My most impactful moment would have to be when we passed out the food from Christ's Hands to the other churches, just because we were able to see how we were helping and the amount of people that they were going to be able to help with the food that we packaged.
The most impactful moment from the trip would probably be the last day that we were at Christ's Hands, when we got to give all of the food to the different churches.
My most impactful moment from the trip was probably helping Miss Reed out, because you got to learn a lot about her and her past, and it was just really nice to learn about her.
My most impactful moment was when I was on the roof with Austin, and it was a very steep pitch, and we know that it was dangerous, but we're doing something good for somebody else, so that was impactful for us because it was good to do something for somebody else.
The most impactful moment was getting to help people and seeing how much it actually benefited them.
My most impactful moment from the trip was just seeing the amount of poverty and help that was needed everywhere, and it reminded me that there's help needed everywhere, including our community, and it really encouraged me to put myself out there and help others.
For me, I was the only one who got to go to all 3 work locations, and that was really cool to see the work that was done and how much progress was made, and just the people that we impacted. I got to interact with every person and just hear their story, and that was really, really cool.
When we reorganized the co-op facility, because it was really messy and all that.
So for me, I really enjoyed seeing the people's faces that we were helping, as we were helping them, and just knowing that we were able to do a good thing for them.
I liked that we got to learn how different people live and how they have to work with what they have sometimes.
The most impactful moment from the trip would probably be when all of our stuff was done and I got to see Pete and like his reaction to seeing this warehouse completely clean.